Jeffrey's been abusing technology for many years. Social media, porn, and video games have plagued his brain. Now he struggles to focus. He can't have fun just simply reading a book. He needs to be overstimulated, and this is all because of his technology use over the last 10 years. But what about the Jeffreys born today? Handed an iPad when they're still babies. What will happen to them? Adonis. Adonis's parents raised him well. As soon as Adonis became a teenager, he was thrown out of the village, completely taken aback and by himself. Adonis had to survive. He had to hunt and build and protect himself. With no time to waste on modern technology, Adonis became a strong man. And now he raises his children in the same way. You know, it's a normal thing now for parents to give like 1, 2, 3 years old children iPads and iPhones to entertain them. That's a normal thing now. You and I are living in this generation where it's so clear to us the negative effects of modern technology, social media, porn, video games. We know how addictive those things can be, and they have truly fucked us over. Ourselves, our family, our friends, our brothers amongst us, we see them all. Forward neck posture, fucked up mental health, suicidal, depressed, anxious, neurotically checking the likes on Instagram every time they post a picture. This is the most socially connected era, and it's also the most lonely era of humanity. We have it bad. We are struggling, but we've only been on these like modern platforms for 10 years. If you're roughly my age, you didn't get a phone till you were in high school, and even then the first phones we got weren't actually iPhones. We didn't get iPhones and modern smartphones till maybe 14, 15, 16 years old. But a lot of the new generation have smartphones before they're 10 years old. Parents hand over an iPad or an iPhone to their 3-year-old child. Their 5-year-old kid is so used to just being on this modern technology. And there's some gross, repulsive, disgusting things that we have to talk about which no one else will talk about because it's so controversial. These 5-year-old kids are seeing sexual content. Some little 4-year-old girl is watching music videos on YouTube, and she's seeing like, you know, these female actresses who are 30, you know, these rappers, and she's seeing them like dance, rap sexually about like their wet ass pussy. Some 7-year-old kid who has an iPhone, he's watching porn. 12-year-olds are on TikTok producing what could pass as child pornography. This is fucking dark, and you should feel some level of like disgust inside of you. Now chances are you're not the parent that we're talking about, but you're probably seeing this around you. You're probably seeing your relatives or family, friends and parents with this dynamic of just like, oh, just give the baby an iPad to shut it up. It's the new age nanny. It's the new age father. I didn't expect to go down this route in this video, but the father is being replaced from the family. He's being replaced with a fucking iPad. And now we have we have a generation of boys who will never turn to men. We have a generation of boys who will stay boys, weak, submissive, docile, because they've never had a father figure. The modern world is convinced that a father figure is not necessary for a boy's development. You and I know that that is total bullshit. At the same time, we have to emphasize with the parents who have thrown their child an iPad because, you know, they seem like the enemy, the bad person. But when I imagine this single mother who's overworked, overstressed, underpaid, she doesn't have the full mental capacity needed to raise a child. The whole system's fucked. And the modern technology that we're all addicted to is just making this entire thing worse. I don't know about you, but I truly fear for the next generation. Like, I fear for our generation. I am so scared of what's gonna happen to us 5-10 years from now when social media, porn and video games goes to the next level and there's like incredibly immersive technology, the metaverse. But we still have a glimmer of hope, you and I, the men in our generation. We are the last generation perhaps ever to not be raised from technology. We are the last generation ever to go through childhood without being thrown an iPad, and we are already seeing severe consequences of using technology over the last 10 years. It's said that a child's brain is extremely conditional up to the age of 7. So until a child gets to the age of 7, they soak up like everything around the world to form their attitudes, beliefs. What kind of information, knowledge are these kids in this new generation going to be soaking up? Education is what is needed. The parents who are doing this, who are throwing their children an iPad and iPhone when they're 3 years old to shut them up, they don't really but know the addictive consequences of this. You're probably the only person in your family who's actually on self-improvement, who reads, who exercises consistently, who meditates, who's trying to eat clean. And when you think about how different you are right now compared to everyone else, it's already pretty big. But differences compound over time, especially when you're on self-improvement. And so as the months and years go by, you will see that you will become a completely separate person because you will decondition yourself from this modern system. I already see it happening with myself. I see that I'm so different from my family. The way that my sister thinks, like I went on a walk with my sister and I noticed how different our thoughts and attitudes and beliefs were, simply because I'm not I'm still conditioned in a sense, but now I'm conditioning and brainwashing myself through the likes of reading quality books instead of breaking news and modern media and Twitter and Instagram. Are you going to be one of these parents? Are you going to marry a woman who's going to be one of these parents? Just giving your kid an iPad and letting modern media fucking raise your child? You're clearly not. That clearly is not going to be your goal. If you're watching a video like this, okay, you're on self-improvement, you really want to get your child onto it. But then how much of a step back have you taken? You must understand that your child will not learn anything from you. Children do not learn, they imitate. And if you still are accumulating an hour a day on social media, on your phone screen time, if you're still playing video games, every now and then watching porn, because it's not that bad, I swear, you don't realize the consequences of your actions. Right now, it's bad enough of the effect that it's having on us. But when you start to think of this like long-term scope and you think, okay, my actions today literally dictate the life of my future children. No one our age is taking that level of responsibility. Everyone our age is in this carefree, throw your hands up, I'm just having fun, I want to drink, I want to smoke weed, I want to eat shit, I'm just enjoying myself. Everyone is like that. Quite frankly, I'm 25 years old, quite frankly, the people my age are fucking losers. It's hard for me to meet a man who isn't a loser. You know what? It's not even my age, bro. It's hard for me to meet people who aren't total fucking losers. It's extremely rare for me to meet someone who I respect. But the basic level of just, it's extremely hard. We're not supposed to talk like this. We're supposed to be in this like really peaceful fucking attitude towards the people around us, the generation, our brothers. We're supposed to be in this peaceful, nonchalant energy around them. Oh, you're overdosing on drugs every day. Well, you can do whatever you want. That's how I would be praised if I talked like that. But the change starts with us. It starts with you. Understand and really make it clear to yourself that that is not the life that you want to live. You do not want to become a father who just tosses a child an iPad. You do not want to marry a woman who makes a fucking social media account for a child. Make that vow right now that that is not the life that you want, and understand that you will have constant daily pressure to be like that. Quitting social media is not like a one and done decision. There is constant pressure, constant temptations to go back. The same with porn, the same with video games. But this is a rite of passage to actually become a man. If what you've heard from me in this video really resonates with you, click on this video right now to learn more. Do the hard work, especially when you don't feel like it. Mwah.